I'm Chahine. I'm the speech therapist at Maudsley Health. In this video, I will be talking about screen time and how they affect language development. Screens are nowadays everywhere in our lives. As adults and as children, we use these devices on a regular basis, and it is becoming harder and harder for us to accomplish any activity without using them. Thus, some questions had emerged on how this new lifestyle is affecting our children's development and how we, as parents and caregivers, are supposed to manage screen time for our children. It has been known for a while that spending excessive time on screens can impact excessively children's development. But recently, studies have proven that this negative impact can have lasting consequences. So what is screen time exactly, and how it affects the communication and language development of our children? First of all, screen time refers to any time that your child spends with a screen in front of his face. It can be a TV, a movie theater screen, iPad, smartphone, video games, DVD player, or really anything that has a screen and moving pictures. What is important to know is that screen time is screen time, no matter if the child is watching educational programs or he's playing video games. So how does screen time affect language development? Children learn and talk and communicate through interactions with other people. The first several years of life are crucial for your children's development. It is when their brains are the most receptive to learn languages and build pathways that will be with them for the rest of their lives. For that reason, every minute that your children spend in front of a screen is 1 minute lost from learning and practicing communication and language. Screen time takes away from time that could and should be spent on person-to-person interactions. Let's take the example of a car ride. Mom, dad, and child are going on a 2-hour road trip. If the child doesn't have a screen device, he or she will be most probably asking you questions or trying to grab your attention. You might be telling him or her a story, singing together, or commenting on the scenery from the car's window. However, if the child is watching a video, chances are none of you will be trying to open a conversation. So even educational videos where children learn new vocabulary or new letters are not efficient for children's development. Communication is about interacting with others. The speaker responds to the listener body language and adapt, and vice versa. There's so much going on a social interaction than a list of vocabulary. So what is the harm exactly? Researchers are publishing more and more studies about the detrimental effects of screen time on children. One study suggested that for each 30-minute increase in handheld screens translated into 49% increased risk on expressive language delay. Another study found that toddlers younger than 2 years old who watched more video have fewer words. This study suggested that for every additional hour of videos, toddlers said 6 to 8 fewer words. Beyond language development, screens and media exposure before the age of 3 can lead to delays in cognitive and social development. A study has recently proven that 2 hours per day on TV time for children less than 3 years old lower the scores on measures of cognitive and academic achievements, including reading and mathematics. And the most important question here is how to deal with screen time then. Some guidelines regarding screen time were published by different sources and in different countries. The Canadian Pediatric Society, for example, recommended that toddlers with less than 2 years old shouldn't be exposed to screens at all, while children from 2 to 5 years old can have it for less than 1 hour per day. While the American Academy of Pediatrics also suggested that screen time allowed for the same age range should be of high-quality programs and parents shouldn't interact with the child at the same time. It is totally understandable that managing children's behavior is a huge task. Asking them not to use the iPad or the smartphone is even more challenging. However, we should always keep in mind the importance of playing, moving, and communicating in the development of our children. If you have difficulties or wondering how to implement limits, you can always ask for specialist advice.